Do you love wearing flowers as much as I do? Wearing flowers makes us feel special, and it can tell others that we are celebrating and enjoying a life in bloom. Today on Behind the Bloom, RJ and I will be talking about boutonnieres, miniature flower vessels you can wear, and I'll show you how to make a foliage crown too. I'll share recipes for edible pansy hors d'oeuvres and a Violette Aviation Cocktail, and introduce you to my friend Angela Cunningham and some unique and exciting flowers to wear. It's all coming up on today's Behind the Bloom podcast with RJ and myself. When it comes to flowers to wear, if you want something exceptional or extremely unique, you can depend on your local professional florist. They can source just about any kind of flower from all over the world, and they're highly skilled in the craftsmanship behind flowers to wear. Visit your local flower seller and see what flowers to wear they have up their creative sleeves. Cal Flowers is a proud sponsor of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom and the Behind the Bloom podcast, where flowers and wellness go hand in hand.
All right, Jay, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for flowers to wear and share.
I really love this episode because this was my friend Angela Cunningham, and I love Angela. She's wonderful. She was on Broadcast News, but now she works for a nonprofit here in Grand Rapids, and she's wonderful. I love her.
She was a blast. You could tell like she's comfortable on camera. She was comfortable with you.
Oh, yeah.
She had some great stories.
Yeah. It really good. Really good.
Yeah. Oh, and I love just to start off the quote at the beginning.
Sure.
I know we talk about these a lot of times. I really liked, you said it was happiness held is the seed, happiness shared is the flower, from John Harrigan. I thought that was just a really special.
It's true.
Yeah, I liked that.
I just don't think we wear flowers enough.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all the crazy destruction that's going on in Hawaii right now from the rains that have just been incredible. But the thing I love about Hawaii the most is that you can wear flowers every day.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing I noticed when we went to film was it isn't nearly as prevalent as it used to be. So it's like something people are moving away from.
Oh.
I have my friends at the Lei Shop. They're fourth generation now. They were talking about, because so many things got canceled, that they had leis. And so they were offering them at special prices for people to come get to celebrate things. And I think that that was really important too. I mean, I just think wearing a flower is an indicator. My dad and grandpa always wore the red carnations,
Yeah.
So that was a big deal. Whenever you wear a flower, people think it's a special occasion.
Oh, right.
And so that's a really good thing. And so I've noticed when I travel with a coat and wearing a carnation, people treat you better.
Oh, cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
People do.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, hello, what's going on? Why are you wearing a flower there? I love your flower. I love that, and they talk about it, and it's a door opener for things too. But it's a really easy thing to do.
Well, I love that you did a whole episode on this too, Jake. You inspire everyone to get flowers into your life. Flowers into your home is something that I've really embraced since watching your show and getting to know you, and now wearing flowers.
So now we get to wear.
Yeah,
now we get you to wear flowers.
I know.
That's
I love
the
it.
next thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. So we usually talk about a Bloom 365 tip, and one of my favorites, and this is one of the few things I think I came up with. I mean, people always ask me, they're like, where do you get all your ideas? And I'm like, I always say, I'm very honest, it's like they're mostly stolen. Right now, we're working on a Women's Day episode for season 9. And we're doing some research on Constance Spry and Tommy Bright and things like this. And there's these old-fashioned magazines that I'm looking at called Pause for Living and Living with Flowers. There's such brilliant ideas in there. They're just things that were brilliant ideas in 1955 before I was even born.
Yeah.
They've slipped away. Reintroducing them or relooking at stuff or trying that thing again is really kind of important. And I think that we watched a movie the other night, watched Blue Moon. Have you seen Blue Moon?
No. It's the new Ethan Hawke and...
Yes.
Okay, so I've heard about it. It's on my list. Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes place basically in a bar. It's just a lot of talking. And Grace said, we saw this and we want you and Kelly to watch it so that we can talk about it and discuss it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it was so good, but I understand why we're going to talk about it because there's so many things that they don't know.
Oh,
that
okay.
is old-fashioned stuff.
Oh, interesting.
One of my favorite things in life has always been to talk to old people. I just love talking to old people and listening to their stories because that's how we learn.
Right.
It's essential in the flower industry. It's essential in the gay community. It's essential in life in general. It's, about sharing those ideas and sharing why we can do the things we did today because our predecessors fought for those rights to do things, whether it's like women voting or, or kids not working in factories. And
Right.
I mean, there's all this stuff
Yeah.
that we're destined to live again if we don't remember it.
Right.
Or rediscover it.
Mhm.
That's kind of the important thing about boutonnieres.
Oh, yeah.
You asked me a question about, did the French invent the boutonniere? The French invented the buttonhole.
The buttonhole. Okay.
It was to make it easier to wear a flower.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. That is a very good question, and that's going to plague me for a little while till I find out the answer.
But so in a suit, the buttonhole that's there, the French created that to put a flower in?
Correct.
That is really cool. Okay.
You would slip a piece of lavender. When you would go to a wedding, they would have fern sitting there. And you would grab a piece of fern and slip it into your buttonhole because the fern meant that you were observing your family and your ancestors.
Oh, wow.
It also indicated that everyone who was at the wedding was family.
Oh, that's special.
Which is a cool thing, too.
Yeah.
That buttonhole. Now, then, here's the other thing. You'll notice that on most coats, your buttonhole is just decorative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not functional.
It hasn't been cut open.
Oh, okay.
And every suit coat my dad had, they cut them open. And I don't even cut them open because I don't necessarily like to pull the flower through it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to pin where I like it as an indicator of where to pin to because I prefer pinning on because I can see in my mind all of my dad's sports coats and they all had this gaping hole because he would pull a carnation through them.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not going to wear a carnation or wear a boutonniere, you're going to have a hanging open hole in your coat.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So but that was why. But I thought it's interesting to show people different ways that you could use boutonnieres or how to even make them. The last project in the show is gluing a corsage.
Oh, right.
Okay. Gluing became a really big thing for me because I am not skilled at wiring and taping. My hands don't work that way. My mother was an artist at wiring and taping. My sister is an artist at wiring and taping. My grandmother was an artist at wiring and taping. I'm not. I wanted to develop a technique that would be more important. I didn't tell you about sorry. Let me go back to the trick. The trick was the pocket square. That's what I developed.
Oh, okay.
So it's a piece of cardboard that you glue a few flowers on and then stick in the pocket of your coat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's called the pocket square. And I developed it for a John Henry book. I see people on Instagram and on social media now making pocket squares and saying, here's a really cool idea. And I'm just like, I know who thought that.
Yeah.
I remember.
You remember. That was Jay.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is interesting with social media to also see. I will put a link on here about the pocket square so that you can go to a JTV episode and see me make a pocket square. Because I made it in the first season of JTV. That was the second show, I think. I see people doing something on social media all the time that was something that my mother did as a kid.
Oh, right.
And they're acting like it's a brand new thing. And that's all part of it, too. There's something about that sets me off.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's something I figured out.
Right. It's like, no, that's been around.
Okay. Yeah, you figured that out. And I'm glad. I'm happy about that. And there are also things I see that I am just like, this is such bad behavior. It's a really bad idea. Don't do this. It isn't successful. So there's those things too. There's one right now where they take a rose and they cut off the top of the rose and then they put hot glue on the rose and then they glue a round disc of cardboard on it and stick a toothpick through it and then they flip it upside down and they pop off the calyx and spread out the rose. It is a really interesting look.
So it's like almost inverted then?
It's inverted.
Okay,
Yeah. We would wire it and do that. We would send a wire through on both ends and then tape it and then flip it upside down and pop off the calyx. Well, when you apply 170-degree glue to any type of flower, it's going to kill it.
Oh, right.
And botrytis is going to set in immediately and it's going to fall apart. And there's a whole bunch of problems with that. If you were using rubber cement, much better idea. Much better idea.
Okay.
Because the rubber cement seals the flower and seals the back of it. And that's what we do in the last project on this show is show how to glue a rose from the garden into a bow to make a corsage with it. So I think that gluing technique is very advantageous because it actually makes a flower last longer using cold glue. So like rubber cement or Oasis Floral products Oasis Floral Adhesive rather than hot glue. Hot glue is a really bad idea when it comes to fresh flowers.
Okay.
It's really, really bad behavior. And so when I see stuff, I know that it's easy and I know that it's fast. But easy and fast is not necessarily always the best thing. People stopped gluing corsages because people were doing it with hot glue and they were falling apart. Well, that's because of the botrytis and the temperature of the glue. If you did it with rubber cement, it doesn't fall apart. It actually lasts longer. And a friend of mine, same friend that we said one time, we would have contests all the time, and he hand-wired and taped a corsage, and I used the exact same flowers and I glued it together, and then we experimented with it for the whole weekend, and the glued one lasted longer.
Okay.
Quite a bit longer, because wiring and taping is not necessarily the best thing for a flower. That's one of those things. And all of the glue things that we do with Angela Cunningham, we either did with the little glue tabs or also with the rubber cement as well.
Okay.
So the glue tabs could be used too, and that's a really functional way to do it as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so the miniature little vessels.
Yeah, where did you find those? Those were so cool.
So those are in a complete collection from my friend Richard Seabolt, who has been on my show many times. He was like a dad to me. He was also an honorary colonel in like some Kansas City something or other. He lived in Kansas City. I would always refer to him as the legend Colonel Richard Seabolt because he did some of the craziest stuff that kind of made him legendary, because he was just crazy. We did a national program for American Institute of Floral Design one time called The Nightmare Before Christmas. And they insisted we call it that because they said that Richard was the Nightmare Before Christmas. But he decorated a Christmas tree in less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
And it was wild.
What did he decorate it with?
Everything. Everything. But he was like taking bunches of dried materials and pulling off the wrappers and shoving them into the tree and sticking ribbon in everywhere and just gluing in big ornaments. And it was crazy. And when it was done, it was beautiful.
That's cool.
He had a portfolio that was all of these amazing things. And this is the one thing I always refer to. So his husband was a caterer.
Okay.
And so Richard would always do flowers for him, and he was the caterer. And so he said this one time they did an under the sea setup. And so he made sandcastles out of brown sugar.
Oh,
very ornate sandcastle out of brown sugar, and then had all these little sterling silver shovels, and you would have to dig through it and find chocolates that were in the mold of shells and starfish and stuff. So you would dig through that. And that was the cake, right?
Oh, cool.
Well, then there was this other place and they wanted a mermaid incorporated somehow. So he carved this huge tail out of styrofoam and covered it with eucalyptus leaves. So it looked like scales, right? And then used whale fern, which is a fern that looks like the bottom of a sperm whale's like gullet. Yeah. And so he used those for the tail, right? And then he had carved the top and then laid this on a half circle table. Right? Like a half circle table you can get for a buffet at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So they put the tablecloths on and then they put this tail on there. Then this girl stepped into the center.
No way.
And she had 2 shells on her boobs, right?
Yeah.
And then this long hair and a flower crown on. And then she was serving desserts off of her tail to the audience.
That is wild.
This some of the most incredible creative stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. He was wild. He was crazy. He was one of my dearest, closest, best friends in the whole world. He taught me to drink scotch out of Waterford Crystal. He, he always screwed up people's names. always. Would never call them the right thing. Yeah. Or words. Would never, like at one time this was another thing that we always joked about was a Richard Seabolism. He said, that one lady, she jumped in her VCR and drove it across the country. And he meant her RV. But he said VCR. So we would always say, hey, did you buy a new VCR over there? You're going to drive that across the country? So, but that was the funny part about him.
Yeah.
And he had the world's largest collection of Santa Clauses that was displayed at the Smithsonian.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He was this crazy guy. That was just one of the... So he gave me these little vessels.
Oh, the wearable Vases.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they're all sterling silver.
They were so cool.
You can find them online.
Okay.
It's harder to find original ones. The one that is kind of real slick, that's like a circle with just a little cup at the top, that one's been recreated many times. So that's an inexpensive one to get.
Okay.
But you can find the vessels in different places. I have a nice little collection of those from him and a couple of other. There's an orchid pin that he used to wear all the time that has a diamond in it, and he gave me that.
I love that there's enough room in them to put water in. Like, I think of it as just being like a flower holder, but it's actually a little vase.
So here's the deal. When I was showing that and I put it on, and I was putting it on my coat, and then I dropped something on the floor and I bent down to pick it up and I spilled all the water out of the vase. So when you're wearing them, you have to be careful.
Okay.
You have to always, you can't, you can't bend over because you'll spill your water out of your vase. But yeah, they're very, very cute, and they're very good looking.
Yeah.
So yeah, surprisingly, there's not much room. When you stick a big flower in them, it displaces almost all the water.
Oh, right.
So if I'm going to use a big flower and I want to use one of those, I want to use like a rose or something, I'll tape it first to kind of seal it up a little bit and then stick it in there.
Okay.
But they're charming and they're wonderful, and they're all sterling silver, and they have to be polished, and I have them in a display case upstairs, and I see them every day.
Oh.
They're there every day.
That's
But,
cool.
Yeah, it's like spending time with them and doing that. So we made the crown out of foliage.
Yeah, and I loved watching you make the crown, because I'm trying to think, up to this point, I don't think we've seen you actually make a crown. We've just seen you.
There is another place.
Wait, where?
The first episode.
Oh gosh, Jay.
In the pilot. In the pilot, we made the Gerbera flower crown.
Oh, okay.
Didn't we?
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so now I will tell you something else on uBloom. I'll put this link down below for everyone. When I first started making flower crowns, and they were starting to become a thing for people. People were wiring and taping them, and it's very difficult to do, and it's very time consuming. And so I made a wired and taped one on uBloom, and I'll put that up here so you can see how to make a wired and taped one. And I say at the end of that video, the only reason I'm showing you how to do this is so that you never do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's too hard, and this way is much easier.
Yeah.
It's the same way that we would make garlands, but it's just fabricating it into a circle. And the other thing I will tell you that's pretty important is the more stuff you put in your flower crown, the harder it is to make it bend around and twirl in a circle.
Oh, okay.
The less material you use. And like with foliage, this is really good because foliage has pretty liberal stems that aren't going to break or aren't big either.
Right.
It really goes into a circle really nicely, really nicely. I had one, I can't remember. It was like at the end of last year, I had to make one, and I made it giant. Oh, I know what it was. It was for the uBloom Firepower Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to make an impressive one. I wanted it to be big. It was so heavy. And luckily, Josh Albertus, who won it, was like, whoa, this is like, I'm good. This is a crazy flower crown. But he was a good sport and everything. But it's like, they can become heavy and they can become cumbersome really quickly.
Right.
So less is more probably sometimes when it comes down to them. And the ones I make in the summertime for the productions usually are and you can put them together quickly. It probably takes you, if you're unskilled, probably take a half hour.
Okay.
I can probably make one in about 10 or 12 minutes.
Okay.
The other thing I will never do again is when we did our 100th episode, I made like a dozen.
Oh, wow.
My arm still is not right. Don't make 100 flower crowns. That's or get 100 people and everybody makes their own.
Right.
And that was the reason I didn't like teaching the flower crown class.
Oh,
because almost everybody wouldn't listen.
Oh.
And then you have to go back and help them. And so it was like making 25 myself.
Oh, yeah. You end up doing all the work.
You end up doing all the work because they want them to be pretty and you want them to make and I've done them at garden clubs and stuff like that before too. And, it's just kind of interesting to do it that way, but it's better if they make them. And so then now I have a different methodology. When I teach a flower crown class, I'm like, okay, now you're all going to follow me. And if anybody starts to jump ahead, I'm going to stop you.
Oh, yeah.
And always. I'm jumping ahead. Stop. You now are in timeout. Sit down.
Yeah.
Because you're going to screw it up.
Got a rebel in the group.
Yeah. And they like to change direction and they don't like to remember what direction the wire's supposed to go. And then they unravel themselves.
Oh, gosh.
Which is also great because they're like standing there and their flowers are falling apart. And I'm just like, what did you do? Oh, well, I turned it around. I know. And you didn't listen. It's just one of those things where people think, I know, this is going to be easy. I know how to make it. Please let me teach you.
Right.
Please. Please, 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 please. Did you know flowers perform best in clean water with the precise food? Chryso flower food is formulated by scientists to prolong the vase life of flowers as much as possible, and it's easy to use. I always choose Chryso flower food because it feeds the flowers, resulting in vibrant color and enhanced fragrance, while also keeping bacteria levels down. My personal favorite product is Chryso Professional 3. If you want to experience the benefits, Chryso flower food products are available at their website, chrysoflowerfood.com. That's CHRYSAL flowerfood.com. And be sure to use our discount code uBloom10 for 10% off your purchase. Support the joy of flowers. The Life in Bloom Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to flower education and inspiring a love of flowers in everyone. The foundation helps fund the production of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom on public television, making it possible for viewers across the country to enjoy the beauty and benefits of flowers. The foundation also provides free flower education to high schools, colleges, and floriculture programs through uBloom.com, helping students and future florists bloom in their own careers. Your donation in any amount makes a difference. Plus, all contributions are 100% tax deductible. If you'd like to help us continue sharing the power of flowers, visit thelifeinbloomfoundation.org to donate today. Thank you for your support.
The edible flower with pansies.
Yeah.
I love this. I love you did it with goat cheese, and you know that I can. So I'm lactose intolerant, which we talked about, but I can eat goat cheese. So for some reason, cow's milk and cow's cheese I cannot digest.
It's the cow.
It's the cow, but I found out that goat's milk I'm okay with and goat cheese. So when I saw that you did this, I was like, oh, I can eat this one. And it's
It is a good one.
Yeah.
It is a good one. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so for people who are lactose intolerant out there, maybe...
Check in. I know a place that makes goat's milk ice cream.
Oh.
Could you eat that?
I think
maybe?
So. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I eat so much half and half, heavy cream, cheese.
Oh.
If I was lactose intolerant, I don't know what would happen.
Oh, and Jay, I developed it like later in life. Like it was like in like my 20s. So I remember how good all of those things were. I remember how good real ice cream and real cheese
Well, and
were.
it was funny because my doctor one time said, well, maybe you're lactose intolerant. And I said, I'm not lactose intolerant, so we're going to figure something else out. I'm not lactose intolerant. No.
Nope.
I must have creme de pois, or what are those little pot de crèmes? I must have pot de crèmes. I must have chantilly. No. I cannot be lactose intolerant. I'll just get through it if I am.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the pansies I love edible pansies are probably the most popular and the best edible flower.
Oh, do they have any flavor?
They're a little bit sweet.
Okay.
My favorite flower for taste is dianthus. I love little miniature carnations. They're sweet.
Oh.
And they're they're a little bit rubbery. They have like a little texture to them. Rubbery is not a good term, but they're like that. I also like pea flower.
Oh,
As a edible.
Okay.
And so a pea pod flower is delicious too, and they're purple.
I've had a tea like steeped with pea flower where it turns blue.
Correct.
Okay.
A different type, but still a pea flower as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's the blue one that will turn things blue.
That's what okay, so these are different.
There is the pea flower tea that will turn things blue.
Okay.
It doesn't have a flavor.
Okay.
I will put the Gourmet Sweet Botanicals website as a link on this again for people who want to do edible flowers. It's the best place in the world to buy them. Go to Gourmet Sweet Botanicals. They will ship them directly to your door. They give you tracking information. You get them. But the thing is, when you get them in, you have to eat them immediately. Like you don't want to get them in for a week from now because they're not going to hold.
Okay.
I will also put up my taste test link below. We got them in and we taste tested them all for a show. And then I showed you a little secret with a paper towel that helps the longevity of those flowers when you do get them in.
Okay.
It's just a way to add a paper towel in there so that they'll last a little bit longer.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. But they need to be used in a couple days once you get them. You have to plan for them. The Violette Aviation, this is Grace's favorite drink.
Oh, okay.
This is the Grace drink in our house.
Okay.
And so we did use the Midsummer Gin, which is a Hendrick's gin that they didn't make at all last year.
Oh, okay. It's a floral infused gin?
It's a floral infused gin.
Okay.
But it's back this year. And now they have like 6 or 8 different infused. There's an opium infused one, which doesn't really have opium in it.
I was going to say, whoa.
But it's opium infused one. There's a new one called Sunshine Sunset or something. But Hendrick's is doing a lot of different gins. And this is Nick's favorite gin as well as the Midsummer. I do like the Midsummer. It tastes very florally. There's another one that has some like a few floral images on it, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like called Moonstar or something. I'm going to be completely wrong about that. But anyway, it has flowers on it. That one tastes like spices.
Oh, okay.
This one tastes like flowers.
Okay.
And then Crème de Violette.
Yeah, so what is Crème de Violette?
Crème de Violette is a liqueur that is made from violet blossoms. And violet blossoms are amnesic, okay? This is very interesting. When you bring a violet flower to your nose, it will smell like a violet. And then if you take it away and bring it back to your nose, you can't smell it.
Oh, so your nose forgets the smell?
Your nose forgets the smell. However, Crème de Violette tastes like a violet, smells all the time. And it's a purple liqueur. So it makes this drink, and it's basically this and lime juice and the gin.
Okay.
And you shake it and serve it up or serve it over ice, whatever you want to do. Grace also likes it served up or over ice with a little bit of seltzer in it.
Okay.
And then that kind of extends it a little bit and doesn't make it such a blast.
Yeah.
So you can maybe have a couple. So that's good. But yeah. And the pansy floating on top was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way. And a pansy sort of looks like a violet, but it doesn't. It's still not a violet. My neighbor has Italian violets in her yard. She brought them from her other home she lived in. And they smell. And in the summer, when you walk out there and they're blooming, you can smell them. And then I tell Kel, when you come out, remember to smell the violets, because then the rest of the day you can't smell them.
Oh.
You can only smell them the one time.
Yeah.
And it's amnesic. It's called an amnesic fragrance.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So there's that. All right. So Angela Cunningham.
Oh, yeah.
Angela Cunningham was on the early morning news. She would start her days at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And she was always on the air. And so I would always see her when I would be getting ready to go to the station to record. She'd be on the news. And so then I said, hey, you should come be on the show. And I would always leave an arrangement of flowers for her and stuff. And she talks about that. And it's so funny. I was there the other day to tape for something, and they don't do a lifestyle show anymore. The news has all become this faster, quicker, easier, younger. They got rid of all the people who were old at the news station because they didn't want to pay them more money. I have young people there. And the young people are forming a really nice group and a wonderful little, community, and they're really wonderful and we love them. As well, but it's just not the same when you go there. We used to go to this lifestyle show and there'd be like 10 guests and we're all in the green room together and we get to meet each other and talk to each other, and there'd be a chef there and there'd be a flower guy there and there'd be somebody else who was maybe a beekeeper, or just all these people doing all this crazy stuff, and it was really fun. She would say, we know Jay's here today because the flowers are here, and I would then take them around to all the news people and just give them flowers for their desk and stuff. At that point in time, I watched a lot more news. I don't watch a lot of news now. I consume my news online with Erin Parnas, just to shout out to Erin Parnas, who I love. So she did this and she was local. So she had really great memories of that, but then she really enjoyed it. This show was the one where we started making Behind the Blooms.
Oh, okay.
So we have a Behind the Bloom with Angela with more jewelry and more stories.
Oh, cool.
So I will add this to that as well. You can see more of what we taped. We have a huge discussion about Billie Holiday, because Billie Holiday wearing the gardenias in her hair.
Right. You brought it up on the episode.
Yeah. And so then also the lady who won the first Black actress who won the Oscar for Gone with the Wind wore gardenias in her hair. Then later on, there was another lady who was up for, and I want to say it was up for the movie Precious, and she wore gardenias in her hair as an ode to the woman who was the first Black woman to win an Oscar who wore gardenias to that as well.
Okay.
Gardenias are just so hard to get a hold of now because of a company that sells them. And they're extremely expensive. I want some grower. There's a grower here in town who was growing cannabis, and he's gotten out of the business, and now he was asking me the other day, is there a flower crop I could grow? And I was like, gardenias, you should grow gardenias. Yes. And he's just like, okay. And I'm just like, no, it would be really good. But yeah, the one guy who was the foremost gardenia grower in the United States sold his entire crop to this one company, High Camp Floral Design. I'll put their link in here too, because I love them. They're great people. But how many people do you know that can afford $400 for a box of gardenias? And that's what they sell.
Okay.
I want florists to be able to get them again and have them be available. And Kelly's mom told a story I was watching the sorority episode the other day, and she told a story about how she would go down and buy a gardenia every week at the dime store, and they were 39 cents. And she would put them in a bowl by her nightstand so she could smell them all week.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be great to go buy a gardenia for $3 or something and put it in a bowl and smell it all week? I would love that. I would buy it every week. I would be just like her.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of this is because people want to, conglomerations and mergers are never good.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, I've said that too. So now you know where I stand about that. I love that, though. She didn't want to take, you are absolutely right. She did not want to take the gardenia off.
You asked her to take it off so you could give her the crown, and I don't think she realized the crown was coming, so she was like, oh, I don't want to take them off.
I'm going to give you both. That was good. And then she put on the headband again and wore that out.
Yeah. Oh.
As I said, now she works for a nonprofit, and she is one of the most wonderful, beautiful human beings I know. She's just such a great person and cares so much about people. She's amazing. And I loved having her on this show. Just loved having. And I have threatened, I want her to come back on the show again now that she's working for a nonprofit, and we could talk about the nonprofit and have another thing and catch up. She's also beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. She's just beautiful. This is very sentimental for me. It was really good. I liked it. So then the Mocara orchid.
Yeah, so that's a man-made orchid that you can't find in the wild? Okay.
It is. So whoever grows Mocaras, they've been genetically created. I guess if somebody planted one in the wild, they could be in the wild.
Okay.
But I mean, they're a man-made orchid. Yeah, and I like that you said they're shaped like a starfish.
Yeah.
That's a very good. Most Mocara orchids come from Thailand.
Okay.
And there are a lot of people who grow Mocara orchids in Thailand because they ship so well.
Oh, okay.
They're really good for lei. They're really good for floral jewelry. There's a company that makes floral jewelry that I also used in the Sorority Sisters episode. But they would make necklaces, they'd make earrings, they'd make rings, and Mocara orchids will hold up really well for a long period of time.
Okay.
And they come in really unusual colors. They come in purples, they come in yellows and golds and oranges, and they come in pinks and magentas, and they're really, really a very, very durable orchid. This season coming up, the second episode, we were talking about Hawaiian flowers. Green Point Nursery in Hilo, Hawaii grows Mocara orchids too, and they have them available too that are purple, I believe.
Okay.
And they're just beautiful.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
They're just, when you said grows upon other plants, I can't remember if I said that they're parasitic because that's incorrect.
I think you said they're not parasitic. I think you called out saying that they're not. They just...
Yeah, what is the name for that? They're epiphytes.
Oh, okay.
Epiphytes.
Okay.
An epiphyte will grow on something, but it does not use it for life force.
Okay.
So an epiphyte is a plant that lives on another plant, but does not cause any problems to it. So it's not
cool.
parasitic.
It's not taking any resources away from it or anything.
And most orchids are epiphytes.
Okay.
And not parasites. The reason I know this is people who are orchid growers or in orchid garden clubs get really angry when you say the orchids are parasitic.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. No.
Don't say that. No, that's something I learned.
Yeah.
So yeah, but don't say that because, there are epiphytes.
Okay.
So yeah. And I'm trying to think, I'm trying to give you an example. Spanish moss is parasitic.
Okay.
It is a bromeliad, but it takes life force away from the tree.
Okay.
And so it's parasitic.
Okay. I feel like there's some type of vine too that is a parasitic?
Kudzu.
Okay.
Kudzu is parasitic. I might stand corrected on that. Kudzu might not be parasitic, but it
Okay.
might be so invasive that it kills the
Oh,
plant it uses as a structure.
okay.
So that could be.
Okay.
That could be. All right.
The
So,
vine
yeah.
people are going to come after us, Jay.
I know, no. The kudzu people. Right. I did love the kudzu animals that would occur in nature when I lived in Atlanta. The kudzu was just an amazing plant to me that would just cover something completely.
Oh, yeah.
And it was amazing. Then we crafted a corsage with the gluing technique. And again, I just used rubber cement. The thing I love about rubber cement and gluing flowers is you have the little brush that comes in the lid.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it real easy. And so this little corsage is a simple corsage that you can make. And I'll put a link to also another gluing of corsages episode on JTV where we talk about gluing corsages and how you can actually do that. And again, they last longer. They hold up better on people's bodies too because they're sealed on the back. The glue, whether it's the Oasis Floral Products glue or the rubber cement, seals the back of it so it can't evaporate water out that place
Okay.
or draw air through it. And when you coat them with an anti-transparent, our friends at Chrysal with their Chrysal Professional Glory, coating them with Chrysal Professional Glory also seals them from the top. So that is also going to make any flower to wear better as well. Those two things, gluing a flower to wear and adding an anti-transparent to it is going to be super, super, super helpful in making things last longer.
And I love the idea that you could just make a corsage from flowers from your garden too. It's
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
I mean, there's enough flowers probably in a plant that you might have on your deck or a container garden you might have on your deck to make a simple corsage. Not every day, but, a couple times. And you could use like coleus leaves in there. You could use begonia blossoms, or there's a lot of things in the garden that are going to be essential that you could use as flowers to wear.
Awesome.
Good thing.
Cool.
Good thing. All right.
This was a fun
thanks so
one,
much.
Jay. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us this week on Behind the Bloom podcast with Jay Schwanke and RJ Poole. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. And share it with a friend to help us spread the joy, one bloom at a time. Thank you for taking the time to slow down with us. And hopefully you left feeling a little lighter and inspired to try something new. Make sure to join us next week for a brand new episode. Thanks for being here with us, Behind the Bloom. Hey, just one more thing. If you love flowers, you've got to check out uBloom.com. It's the online home of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, where you can stream every episode for free. Plus, you'll find Behind the Bloom videos, my blog, show recipes, and so much more. There's also a massive video archive, over 1,800 how-to videos, flower farm documentaries, and even my very first series, JTV. All Life in Bloom episodes, exclusive web content, and farm documentaries are totally free. Just sign up with your email. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there's a paid subscription option that unlocks the full library of how-to videos. Everything from creating bridal bouquets to centerpieces, corsages, and more. Tons of content to explore. You're gonna love it.